First and foremost, I want to apologize to Kenji for doxing him. I want to make it clear that I'm aware of my actions and have been doing everything to educate and better myself since the day I learned how severe it was for me to expose Kenji's legal birth name and his face in a group chat. That information is and can be harmful in the wrong hands, which in this case were my own. This was a huge mistake that I've done my best to learn from for almost 2 years, and I understand that the passage of time is no excuse for me not to be held accountable today. Well, at least Kenji might get his wish of getting his ass kicked IRL. As far as the timeline goes, I doxed Kenji in January of 2022 in a private group chat consisting of 5 people. I gave his legal name as well as a few pictures of his face. My friends found his Instagram as well as a family member of his and sent it as well. This was immediately wrong. Unfortunately, back then, I was not aware of the severity of what I had done, as I would show my own personal Instagram as well as my face because I did not care about anonymity back then for myself. This does not excuse any of the doxing, and it was put more into perspective when I learned over time how dangerous it was. I had the wrong initial mindset completely. 9 months after I'd doxed Kenji in the group chat, he was made aware of this and made a tweet detailing what I had done while also sharing the same screenshots. While I was still learning the dangers of doxing, that was the moment that made it evident to me how awful my mistake was. I had no right to share that information, and I've had to live with the fact that my actions would have put him in danger if I had continued the way that I was in that group chat. Within the following nights, Kenji and I got into a call together with a mutual friend who would mediate so we could talk things out. We discussed issues we've had with each other in the past, including everything leading up to the doxing situation and the post about it. Let me just scroll down a bit. We both apologized for things we were upset at each other for, and I had asked him if he was okay with me still supporting him and staying around his community. He said it was fine. We said our goodbyes and left the call. Following that call, I would rarely pop into his stream, and that progressed into me just supporting his offline content from the sidelines, as I knew he was still uncomfortable with me, and I wanted to give him his space. I spent my time with new friends in a new space. The damage had already been done and I didn't want to hurt him anymore, so for the past 1.5 years since our conversation, I've tried to move forward as someone who understands the hurt I've caused, and stayed in my own lane while giving him space in hopes that it would help him heal. He is completely valid for everything he feels. I have and always will be sorry for what I've done. Seeing him break down and detailing his trauma on stream was heartbreaking, and I can't begin to imagine what he must have been feeling all this time. Kenji, I'm sorry for doxing you. It was a stupid mistake to have even made in the first place. No matter how much time passes, it will always be one of my biggest regrets. I, as well as the people around me, will always hold myself accountable for this. I genuinely wish the best for you, and hope that you still don't see me as the idiot I was 2 years ago. Let me just look back at this to see... Oh, that's just posts of it. That's actually quite useful. I appreciate that. I understand and respect not wanting to support me anymore, as I know you all have boundaries, but I truly do hope you would believe me to have changed from how I was years ago and realize that I do deeply regret my mistakes in my past. I worked hard every day to be better a person, and I will do everything in my power to reflect that. And right here, this first reply, heck, Witcher VTuber. Honestly, you deserve to get sued for it. This is some pretty heinous stuff, and it's been only 2 years. Lord only knows the potential harm that could have come from this. I'ma be honest, it entirely feels you're only sorry this is known, not really sorry for your actions. And I'm gonna be very serious for a moment. I understand why Dove feels the need to apologize, all right? And I'm not going to say that she shouldn't have apologized, all right? Because I appreciate that if you're a public-facing VTuber, it is a good idea purely from a PR perspective sometimes to say, I understand that I made a mistake and I'm going to have a commitment to not making a mistake in future. I think in some cases that is justified. And I think that at times there is a place to say, you know, I'm learning from my mistakes and all that kind of thing. I don't think she should have apologized in this case. Because right here, this very first reply shows you why you shouldn't apologize when this happens. Because the kind of people that will go after you for this are completely merciless. They will not accept your apology. They will see your apology as an act of weakness. They will see that you can be bullied. They will see that you will back down if they attack you. And they are like rabid dogs. They will not stop. They will attack you mercilessly. And they will make you grovel if they can. They will make you cry. They will make you depressed. They will make you miserable. They will do everything in their power to make you feel worthless and horrible, because that is how they feel powerful. These people are bullies. And as someone said, they hate you. They hate you because they have no standards beyond what is immediately useful. They will gleefully do it to others. Again, and the thing that you have to understand is that they don't hate you for what you did. They hate you because you're there, because you're a target. They don't think anything more about what you did than they thought about anything else that they have ever seen anybody else do in their lives. All they see is somebody that somebody else they feel has power told them to go bully or harass. And they will never stop unless you say something along the lines of, I'm moving past this and I'm just ignoring anything to do with it in future. And unfortunately, Dove will... What's the QRD, Proctor? I don't know what QRD is. They will tear apart their closest friends the moment they become insufficiently useful to them. Exactly. Like, my chat is full of good advice right now. And I'm talking in the perspective, I'm trying not to preach to the choir here. I'm trying to say this in a way that will make sense to somebody who has not experienced this, who has not understood what this is like before. And as Azihara said, you are a stepping stone to step on, and for a half a second make themselves visible to others via virtue signaling. And they will never stop. You cannot let them have space in your head. You have to learn to block them out. You have to learn to ignore them. You have to learn to move past it. And you have to know not to apologize. Even if you sincerely feel as if you've done something wrong, what you should do is go to the person that you think you've harmed and apologize to them privately. Say that you're sorry. Hell, say, I have done a terrible thing to you. I desperately want to make amends. I unconditionally apologize. Please accept my apology and have mercy on me. Be as forthright and direct about it as you possibly want to be, okay? Because it's in private. You're talking heart to heart with the other person. And beyond simply expressing sorrow, what you are doing by apologizing privately is drawing a line in the sand. And that line in the sand is very important. Because you are saying, I respect you enough to apologize to you privately. If you then take my apology and go public with it, you are saying you are the worst person in this situation. That you are a little bitch. Because you went and took my apology, which I gave to you in private, and you made this a public thing. So that then there is no excuse for any bystander to look at it and say, oh, the original person is in the wrong, they're a horrible person. No. A free-thinking, intelligent person will look and say, the person publicizing this private apology is an asshole who is only seeking to harm the person that came to them and tried to make amends. They don't deserve my sympathy. I am siding with the person who is a good enough person to apologize and try to work things out in private. That's the only way to deal with these situations. Sorry, I'm just adjusting myself in my chair. Ugh. I'm sorry you care a little. Let me just look at in... Aha! Oh ho 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 ho! Thank you very much, Mexifish. Thank you so much, Mexifish. So yeah, I'm going to move away from Dove for just a second because Mexifish has just sent me exactly what I was hoping for.